Saudi Arabia, a vast and diverse nation on the Arabian Peninsula, is known for its deep cultural heritage and historical importance as the birthplace of Islam. In today's video, we'll explore some unique aspects of Saudi Arabian life that are unlike anywhere else. From dress codes for women to specific restrictions on visiting cemeteries, we'll uncover these fascinating customs. 1. Dress. In Saudi Arabia, the way women dress is influenced by cultural norms and Islamic traditions. The most common garment is the abaya, a long, black robe that covers the body from head to toe. It is typically worn with a veil or headscarf. Some women also choose to wear an niqab, a face veil that covers the entire face, though this is not mandatory and is left to personal preference. In different regions of Saudi Arabia, women may opt for variations in their attire. For example, in the western areas, it's common to see more colorful and patterned abayas, often paired with vibrant headscarves. Some women also choose camouflage-patterned abayas or veils for additional privacy when outdoors. While these variations exist, it is important to follow specific dress codes in public spaces, especially in official or religious settings. When visiting sacred sites such as the Masjid al-Haram, women typically wear black clothing and may cover their faces. In the workplace, a formal dress code is usually expected, though standards can vary depending on the industry, city, and individual company policies. Two, divorce parties. If you're thinking about hosting a divorce party but are concerned about how people might react, it's worth noting that this trend has been gaining traction in Saudi Arabia. Divorce parties mark a notable shift from traditional divorce customs in the country. While these celebrations may seem extravagant to some, they are often organized as a way to offer emotional support to those going through a divorce, providing a space for individuals to share their experiences and receive encouragement from friends and family. Divorce parties come in many forms, ranging from intimate gatherings with close friends to larger celebrations featuring decorations, music, and food. The rise of divorce parties in recent years reflects changing attitudes toward divorce and the evolving role of women in Saudi society. As women gain more independence and societal norms shift, divorce is increasingly seen as a personal choice rather than something to be ashamed of. However, it's important to note that divorce parties are not universally accepted, and opinions about them in Saudi Arabia can vary. Some believe these celebrations challenge cultural values and may disrespect the sanctity of marriage. Nevertheless, the differing opinions highlight the changing landscape of societal attitudes. If you were divorced, would you consider celebrating with a party? 3. Dressing cabin. Shopping in Saudi Arabia can be a delightful experience, especially with its wide range of luxury malls. However, a notable challenge is the lack of fitting rooms in many clothing stores, which is largely due to regulations and the predominance of male sales staff. Some shopping centers have attempted to address this by placing fitting rooms near women's restrooms, but this solution has led to issues for both shoppers and staff. In some cases, fitting rooms are located in less secure areas, raising safety concerns. The limited number of fitting rooms often results in long lines and overcrowded spaces, prompting some creative alternatives, such as using prayer rooms to try on clothes. In the past, customers could purchase items and try them on at home, thanks to easy return and exchange policies. However, this approach sometimes leads to unreturned items, causing financial losses for stores. Many Saudi women hope that authorities will approve the construction of fitting rooms within stores or in designated areas within malls to offer a more convenient and safe shopping experience. 4. Cemeteries. Would you be surprised to learn that, in some parts of the world, including Saudi Arabia, women are not allowed to visit cemeteries? In Saudi Arabia, a traditional practice restricts or prevents women from entering these sacred spaces. This practice stems from certain interpretations of Islamic traditions and cultural norms. The reasoning behind these restrictions is often based on the belief that women's presence in cemeteries could disturb the solemn atmosphere or be emotionally overwhelming for them. In some cases, it is understood to be more of a cultural tradition than a strict religious requirement. It's important to recognize that cultural and religious practices can evolve, and interpretations can vary across different individuals and communities. However, visiting cemeteries is still generally discouraged for women in Saudi Arabia. If you're a woman planning to visit the country, it's advisable to respect these customs and avoid cemeteries. 5. Graduation. Saudi Arabia's relationship with music is intricate and often controversial. Although the music industry exists, it largely operates in the background. Public spaces such as large shopping malls or stores generally do not feature music, whether loud or soft. Music classes are not offered in public schools, and instrumental lessons are only available through private arrangements. Schools follow Sharia law, which requires students to adhere to the fatwas issued by religious authorities, and the Education Ministry enforces strict regulations on what can and cannot be taught. In July 2010, the kingdom went so far as to issue a directive prohibiting music and dancing at graduation ceremonies. The circular stated that graduation celebrations should take place early in the day, should not be so demanding that they prevent attendance the following day, should avoid excessive spending on outfits, and, importantly, must exclude music and dancing. This reflects a broader, more conservative stance on music and entertainment in the country. The state enforces these restrictions to ensure that cultural activities align with religious values and educational priorities. That wraps up our video. We've explored some of the unique customs and restrictions in Saudi Arabia. Which one caught you by surprise the most? Be sure to share your thoughts and comments in the section below.